EPA range has been revealed for Fisker's new EVs. Prices approximate. It actually might be the most compelling Tesla Model Y competitor that I've seen, period. It really might be. I think it's fair to say that almost nobody thought that Fisker would succeed, and yet maybe they will. The new EPA range for their Ocean electric car is amazing. I mean, on the same day that Lordstown Motors get a range of, 160 miles for their enormous battery pack for 110 kilowatt hours, Fisker bring out the Ocean and do this. Color me amazed. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Sam Evans. I'm the Electric Viking. Just want to say a big shout out. Thank you so much to our Patreon supporters. Really couldn't do this without you. And our YouTube members as well. If you'd like to become a YouTube member, you can see some of our videos in advance and some videos that are just for YouTube members only. Patrons as well. Thank you so much. And actually, everyone who supported me, really got to say a huge thank you. It has been a challenging year. Of course it has. We're dealing with this kind of a crazy situation. Not really choosing to live here in Thailand, but we've had to. But anyhow, life goes on. And Fisker managed to, pull off, really, this is a Houdini act, isn't it? It's quite amazing that they did this. The Fisker Ocean has been EPA rated at 360 miles. That's 580 kilometers of range. That exceeds the EV startup's previous estimates. Good on them for breaking their estimates. I mean, how often do you hear that? Not often. The EPA estimated range rating applies to the top spec Fisker Ocean though. That one's a bit more expensive. It's the extreme model on 20-inch wheels. Now imagine if it wasn't on 20-inch wheels. Imagine if they put some 18s on it. You'd probably be looking at around about 400 plus miles of range. Anyway, it has a big battery pack. It's got a 113 kilowatt hour pack, but still, this is still a lot of range. And the same range rating also applies to the limited edition Fisker Ocean 1. Less than 4 weeks ago, Fisker actually delivered its first Ocean SUV to a customer at its new facility in Copenhagen, Denmark. The Ocean is Fisker's first electric vehicle since revamping the brand back in 2016 after Henrik Fisker's previous startup, Fisker Automotive, went bankrupt in 2013. Fisker believes this time it's different, with developing EV supply chains and heightening demand for zero emissions vehicles. Since its public debut at the 2022 LA Auto Show, the Fisker Ocean SUV has generated massive interest, reporting over 63,000 total orders in November alone, which is just a staggering number. Fisker held true to its timeline, incredibly, much to the shock of every analyst on the planet, I think, kicking off Ocean production last November, with plans for Magna Steyr to produce up to 42,000 vehicles this year. And this is the key. Outsource your production. This is what all the semi-successful startups do. They outsource production to someone who does it well. It's like Apple. Why do it yourself if you can get Foxconn to make it for less, right? That's what they do. Lots of companies, including legacy automakers, including some cars you've probably owned now, are not built by the company you think they're built by. They're built by contract manufacturers like Magna Steyr. That's what Fisker did. That's probably what Nikola should have done from day one. Maybe they would actually have a vehicle for us to actually drive now. Well, now the Fisker Ocean Extreme has received both the EPA Certificate of Conformity and California Air Resources Board Executive Order. The latter grants the Fisker Ocean Extreme the maximum 4.0 emission vehicle credits per vehicle sold. These certifications mean the Fisker Ocean is approved for sale and delivery in all 50 US states and the District of Columbia, unless they want to sell direct. Then they could have some challenges, or online challenges. Fisker says Ocean deliveries in the United States are expected to begin in June. The automaker delivered the first Ocean SUVs in Europe last month, and at the time it said it would have a new EV called the Fisker Pear. The Pear would be, well, a similar size to the Chevy Equinox EV and cost $30,000 US, or they said possibly less. I'm not sure about the less part, but if it does cost $30,000 US, yeah, that would be awesome. I'm gunning for them to achieve that. Here's what Henrik Fisker said. A lot of hard work went into achieving these results, and it feels great to give our customers a better range than we had estimated. Delivering an EPA 360-mile range in the US and WLTP 707-kilometer range in Europe gives our drivers what they want. A fantastic 5-passenger vehicle and the confidence they're driving the electric SUV with the longest range available in an affordable new car. Fisker said this is a huge milestone for everyone at the company, saying the company is planning to send out communications today to its first customers for the Ocean Extreme. The Fisker Ocean Extreme recently completed all applicable testing required for the US National Highway Traffic Safety Administration self-certification, and it meets New Car Assessment Program NCAP standards for a 5-star rating. Interestingly, Fisker claims the Ocean Extreme is the longest range electric SUV under $300,000 sold in the United States. The longest range electric SUV you can buy right now is actually the Tesla Model X. That has an EPA range of 348 miles. The Model X is quite a bit bigger than the Fisker Ocean. So yeah, I mean, Fisker's correct. Their vehicle does have more range, but this sort of in two different categories a little bit here. We don't really have prices yet for the United States, but we do know what the prices are for their cars in Europe. The prices start at $37,500 US dollars to $76,000 US dollars. In the Dutch market, they're 42,000 euros to 70,000 euros. They seem to be just too good to be true, too affordable. Well, whatever the case may be, they're fantastic at this price so far from what I can see anyway. Now, if you consider the size of these vehicles, they seem to be very impressively priced. The standard range model, the cheapest model, has a 75 kilowatt hour battery pack, and that gives the car 236 miles of range. That's 380 kilometers. It comes with a 205 kilowatt motor, front wheel drive, and charging is 200 kilowatt DC and 11 kilowatt AC. Curb weight is 2,300 kilos, which is 5,070 pounds. Towing, braked, 1,090 kilos, which is 2,400 pounds. But first of all, what about the dimensions? Well, the dimensions are incredibly close and similar to the size of a Tesla Model Y. Now, whether or not the interior has the same massive interior proportions as the Model Y, comparatively to its exterior, I don't know. The size, 4,774 millimeters long, and that makes it 188 inches long. Width is 1,982 millimeters, which is 78 inches, and height is 1,631 millimeters, which is 64.2 inches. Like I said, very close to the Model Y. Now, the second model up has a 105 kilowatt hour battery pack with about 326 miles of range. That's a lot of range, 525 kilometers. It's got a 400 kilowatt all-wheel drive motor with 737 newton meters of torque. Charging speed, 250 kilowatt DC fast charging and 11 kilowatt AC charging. Curb weight, 2,400 kilos. Towing, 1,820 kilos or 4,000 pounds. This is a pretty impressive towing vehicle. Now, if you look on the inside, it looks really quite nice. It's got a nice big 16:9 touchscreen, and it just looks quite nice on the inside. But not only does the inside look nice, the outside looks nice as well. The designers have done a fantastic job everywhere here. I can't really criticize anything they've done, I don't think. Inside looks great. Outside looks great. It looks very functional. The shape of the car, it looks very, very much like it would actually be a very functional car to own. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Now, the big problem that I see is this, production. They're saying 50,000 a year. I mean, you know, not many people are going to get to own one if they're the numbers that they're going after. I don't think they would be. I'm going to guess that the following year, they'll be aiming for a couple 100,000. I really hope they succeed. These are good cars. And I'm amazed that Fisker have been able to pull this off. But keep in mind, having a partner like Magnestyr is a big key to the success. Would you consider buying one of these versus, say, a Tesla Model Y if it was around about the same price? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching.